we are very happy to be joined on the Milford Informer this week by two representatives from the Citizens for Milford. We have Peter Scandoni and also Joanne DeMaria Morgan. Thank you folks so much for joining us.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
So we're here today. The topic at hand is the Massachusetts Medal of Liberty, and certainly folks at home who tuned into our Veterans Day coverage, they've already seen a little bit of the impact of this medal and just what it means. But I want to take it back to the beginning, Peter, and we can start with you. What exactly is the Massachusetts Medal of Liberty, and how did it first sort of get established here in the state?
Well, in 2010 it was established, and the ruling, or the actual chapter 3367A states, in the year 2000, the government of the state of Massachusetts passed a general law which states there shall be a Medal of Liberty awarded to the next of kin of service, men and women from Commonwealth that were killed in action or who died as a result of wounds received from that action. And the way this all started was that 2016 Veterans Day, Vinny Civizari, who was a friend of mine, approached me following that ceremony with the Field of Flags and brought this to my attention and asked if Citizens for Milford would sponsor this and promote it and run with it. And I said, geez, this is great. I'm all in for it. That's somewhat how it came about. I think the process, Joanne could probably explain some of the process that we go through to get these names. She's now doing a lot of this, taking over for Vinny.
Tell us a little bit about that, Joanne.
Yes, and it's very interesting, and I've met a lot of very nice people through the process. How it starts is you look at the name and you say, gee, I wonder if they're related to so-and-so, you know, his sister's friend or whatever. So that's how it starts. So I could give you an example. One name, I got at the phone book and I called a person with that last name. And she said, oh, that's my friend's uncle. She said, so I'll give you her phone number. So then I reached her friend, who was the niece of the person, and she said, oh, he has a sister and nieces and nephews that live in Dedham. So then I went to call them, and I was able to get in touch with one of them, and she said, no, you'll have to speak to my brother. He lives in Florida. So then I called Florida and finally reached someone that was willing to sign the application. We have 6 more, that's where the 6 comes, 6 more that have already been approved, 24 that are pending, and then we had a list of unknowns. It was like we were coming to dead ends. I called Texas, a name of a person that lived in Milford, and they said, no, try my brother in Florida. Tried him. No, we're from Milton. And it just goes round and round and round. So we had a committee meeting, and we decided we're going to have to reach out to the public. We're going to have to ask people in the community, please help us locate these people.
I mean, this is an incredible process, and it really seems like it requires a lot of detective work on your end to try to track down these next of kin to try to get this honor out there. And it's so important to have these heroes that fought so valiantly for our freedom to have this little bit of recognition for the work that they did. So I mean, that really speaks to just the dedication that CFM has to honoring veterans in our community.
And you know, the one story I found this woman, and she said, I was 10 years old when my dad died. She said, I can remember just like it was yesterday. And she's in her 80s now, and she said, I am just so honored that you would think. So the families are very happy and very pleased.
This is the medal here that we do award to the families. And on the back, we have it transcribed with the hero's name.
And you could see that the medal is heart-shaped,
yeah.
Right.
And that's symbolic of the Purple Heart with the gold border. It's 1 3/8 inches wide. The center of the medal bears the gold star. The top of the medal is the coat of arms of the Commonwealth. And the reverse of the medal depicts the branch of service of the member. And it consists of the words, and if Peter will turn it over, in honored memory. And we're having each of the medals engraved with the person's name on it and their service sacrifice. The ribbon is 1 3/8 inches wide and consists of the following stripes: 1/8 inch black, 1/8 inch purple, 1/8 inch black.
It's a beautiful medal, and so again, we've been scrolling across the screen the names of the servicemen that the CFM is hoping to track down. We'll give some more information in just a little bit on how you can contact the Citizens for Milford if you have any information on those servicemen. But I do want to talk about just quickly the ceremony that you had last fall. We've touched on it a little bit during the Veterans Day ceremonies throughout the day here in Milford. You had your first Medal of Liberty presentation. Talk a little bit about the community reaction to that ceremony.
The ceremony itself, I mean, it was one word is just magical comes to mind. The day of the ceremony had to be the coldest day November ever had, if I remember right. But we were planning to have it at the Field of Flags at Draper Park with the flags blowing, and it was just a nice setting. But it was so cold, and the parade ends there, and the dignitaries were planning to be there. And I'm on the phone with Eric Rossetti, and I'm asking him, can you set up the Italian vets, because it's too cold here. We got some quite elderly people as well. And he's in the parade talking to me, then he's talking to people back at the Italian vets. They're setting it up. He sends me a picture. I says, great, that'll do. And we informed everybody we're meeting at the vets. And at the vets, the upstairs room was just packed. And as we went through this, there was tears in people's eyes. We awarded these. We had Senator Ryan Fatman. We had General McGurn there, Brigadier General McGurn, Representative Brian Murray was there, the Board of Selectmen was there.
And Joanne, you're hoping to have another Medal of Liberty ceremony a little bit later on in the spring. Talk a little bit about the particulars of that date.
We have that all booked. It's going to be on Sunday, May 20th at 2 p.m. at the Milford Town Hall. And we chose a larger venue because of the number of medals that are going to be awarded. Right now, 30 will be awarded. Plus, we've already had leads for 4 more people, so hopefully that will be 34, plus whatever the community helps us with. And I would like to say that it's very timely that if someone recognizes a relative, next to kin, a friend, whatever, that could put us in touch with someone, to do it as soon as possible rather than wait. Because once we get the name, the family has to sign the application, then it has to be verified at Hanscom Air Base, then it's sent to the governor's office. So it's not something that just happens overnight.
Sure.
It takes time. And we would like to include as many as we can at this May 20th event.
Peter, Joanne, talk a little bit about how folks can get in touch with you guys if they do have information to present.
Yeah, on the form that you're showing on the screen actually lists each of the members at the bottom. So you'd see Vinny Civizzari, you've got his email, his telephone, Joanne's email and telephone, Mayan, and also Jerry Eden's email and telephone. So we're the subcommittee, Medal of Liberty subcommittee, and you can also go to Citizens for Milford, who's actually sponsoring this event. And on our Facebook page or on our website, there'll be all this information as well.
And each of the members on the subcommittee, the Medal of Liberty committee, we're just so eager to make these contacts. So if you call me today, I'll be on the phone today trying to get that person. and following it up with the application.
Outstanding. So all of that contact information has been on your screen. A lot of ways to get in touch with the CFM, and of course, if nothing else, you can go to citizensformilford.com. You can also search for Citizens for Milford on Facebook. There's a lot of great information there as well. So please, if you have any information, we really encourage you to get in touch with the folks at Citizens for Milford so that we can hopefully get leads on all of these servicemen in time for that ceremony, which will be held on May the 20th at Upper Town Hall. And it should be an outstanding ceremony. It was so moving to see what happened back during Veterans Day. So we look forward to covering that event as well.
And we hope to make this May 20th ceremony the biggest that the state of Massachusetts has ever seen.
Well, it's outstanding, and we can't thank you enough for your dedication in this process. Again, a lot of work has gone into it already. A lot of work still to be done, but certainly a lot of credit has to go to the Citizens for Milford, for you two in particular, for all the work that you've done with this. So again, we hope that everyone out there can see this information and get any information that you may have to the Citizens for Milford as quickly as you possibly can. So again, Peter Scandoni, Joanne DeMaria Morgan, we thank you guys so much for your time, and we wish you a lot of luck in this process.
Thank you. It's our pleasure.
Appreciate it. Appreciate your help.
This is Milford TV News and Sports Director Tim Coet. Make sure you check out new editions of the Milford Informer every Friday at 7:30 p.m. or during one of our 8 convenient re-air times throughout the weekend. You can also find individual news stories as well as full archived editions on our YouTube page My Milford TV. If you live in the greater Milford area and have an idea for a news story, you can tweet at us using the handle @Milford_TV, or you can contact me directly by sending an email to news@milfordtv.net.